Good morning, well, afternoon, everybody, as it is 1:05 p.m. on Tuesday, November 29th. I thought I would start my Vlogmas week 1 vlog today. So the reason why you're hearing all that noise outside is because we have been infested by moths. Our house is infested with moths, and we don't know what to do. There are like 2 moths in every single room, and pest control is here, like on-campus pest control have come and laid traps and everything, but they're still everywhere. So we're all taking precautionary measures and closing our doors all the time, but 2 of my housemates are freaking out right now, and it's pretty funny. But I thought I would update you on what is going on and like some of the things that I do academically and some of the things that you guys will have to do should these things happen to you. But I experienced a hold on my registration, which is something I'm not at all ashamed about because it happens to everybody. But I experienced a hold on my registration for financial reasons, and so basically what that means is until the school gets a certain amount of money, or until you make a monthly payment or however your payment schedule is set up, they will hold your registration and restrict you from registering for classes for the following semester. So our registration time week of registration was either last week or 2 weeks ago. It was the week before break, and I couldn't do so because I had this hold on my account, and it was just lifted. So I'm sending I just registered for as many classes as I could, but as you can see here, if I can show you properly, if you can read that, I am still waitlisted for a bunch of classes, like these 3 down here. I'm waitlisted for all of these classes. So basically what that means is I now have to send emails to, professors of those classes, and also my academic advisors, so that they can get me into those classes, because as a linguistics major or someone who's trying to declare in the spring, I get priority, and also as a film and media studies minor who's already declared, I also get priority. So I sort of get to get bumped up on those wait lists. So that's sort of a behind the scenes thing that a lot of people don't tend to show you, and I'm not at all ashamed of like having financial aid or like having issues with financial stuff, because it happens to actually everybody, and everybody's always ashamed to talk about it because they're always so bashful, and like money's not a thing that we talk about in America, but in a lot of other countries we do talk about it. In a lot of other countries and cultures it is talked about. So I figured, why hide this very, very integral part of school? That is basically the rundown. That was like a 5-minute overview of what is happening currently, and that's about it. So I will hopefully remember to get back to you guys. I'm trying to get into this vlogging thing. If it ends up being just like a recap of my day, I apologize, but I will get better at it, I swear. But I hope you enjoy Vlogmas, and I will see you the next time I pick up my phone/camera. Okay.
Honored, saved, and shared. So, after the success of the first exhibition, as Jane also mentioned, we went, like, that project snowballed into something we didn't expect and sent us to all corners of the world. So far we've been to 44 places in 28 countries, and our collection is now numbering around 2,500 stories and objects that we took them. So we can show you a few pictures from the exhibitions, and what's really interesting in the museum is what you...
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Vlogmas. I have not vlogged in 2 days now, as it is now Thursday, but I just wanted to explain briefly those clips you just saw. So one of my professors, my screenwriting professor specifically, she is overall just a super cool chick, and she's 67 and like looks like she's 50 something, which is a compliment, I know. But she is just a really cool person. She's in the middle of writing a novel, which is super awesome, and I will definitely read that once it comes out. But that presentation that I was just sitting at was for the Museum of Broken Relationships, which I will link down below. But the 2 people who were speaking are from Zagreb, Croatia, and they're actually staying with my screenwriting professor, Jane, and they came to present the Pittsburgh installment of their museum, and basically just to talk about how it started and all of that. And I thought it was super interesting because I remember seeing something about it on Tumblr, and so I really just wanted to take a moment to talk about it, especially since it's something that's very near and dear to my professor's heart, and because she has obviously so much invested in it, but also because it's a really super exciting concept. Again, I'll put everything in the description box about it, but basically it's about the two people who were speaking were in a relationship and they broke up in 2003. And they thought, what a better way to chronicle our relationship than to sort of get this exhibit, that's the word, get this exhibit together about what has happened in our relationship. And it started with this little toy bunny that they had. It was like a little wind-up toy. And ever since then, they've pretty much just been talking about, they've been collecting a bunch of other artifacts that people have sent in from their broken relationships, and they each person who sends in something is required to write a little excerpt about it, or a little letter about what it meant, or a little poem if they wish, but they're instructed to write something about it. So everybody sent it, like a bunch of people just started sending in these things, and it's accumulated over the past 13 years since 2000, well actually 10 years, because they started it in 2006. That was the first installment of it, but it all came to now, and it's this really amazing project that they've been working on. And now they've had 44 different openings of this museum across the world, which is super amazing. And I thought it was super special because this is something that I'd seen on the internet that was actually happening in our city, in the city where I go to school, Pittsburgh. And I just wanted to share that because it's something that's super, super interesting, and I want to actually attend the museum, the exhibit at some point. Yeah, but I thought that was really cool, so I thought I'd just come on here and explain that. I'm going to ask my friend who's running the rehearsal, but I have rehearsal tonight, and I thought I would take you guys with me and let you guys see what we get up to in rehearsal. It's 2 hours tonight from 10 to midnight, and it's going to be a lot, but it'll be fun. So you guys will get to see what I do in rehearsal. But yeah, this is basically just an introduction to Vlogmas, getting me comfortable with vlogging. This is 4 minutes worth of footage I just sat and did, and now I see how vlogs get away from people. But okay, see you next time I pick up this camera.
5, 6, 7, this is baby. I've been here before. I've seen this room, and I've walked this floor. You know, I used to live alone before I banana out and seen your flag on the marble arch. And love is not a victory march. It's a cold. You break on cold. Yep. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah.
So, moments later, I am sitting in bed, and, well, doing homework. Super exciting stuff, guys. I'm working on my screenwriting project. We have to write a 30-page short film, and if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that it was due a few weeks ago, but since it is a final project, we had to workshop it. So I had the entire class read my entire script and tell me what they thought about it and how I should change it. And when I talked to my professor afterwards, after the entire workshop, not going to go into detail about how that went. When I talked to my professor after the entire workshop, she said I should just start over. So here I am in bed writing this thing, starting all over from the beginning. Very exciting stuff. And the internet here is surprisingly cooperative, so it should be up on time and everything. But yeah, I'm excited for that to come up. But I just wanted to show you guys that, you know, school isn't always glamorous, and even though a lot of people tell you you're a great writer, you might not be a great writer, or, you know, you're going to struggle with being creative, you're going to struggle with school in general, so start getting used to the idea of not being perfect, because perfection is very hard to come by. In fact, it's impossible. So, you know, I'm trying to get as close as possible, and the best way you can do that is to just never give up. So here I am, not giving up, restarting my entire 30-page screenplay. I'm on page number 5. Here we go.